This TRP National Motocross action is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors. Final round action, we head out to the incredible dirt Broncos just north of Krugersdorp. The big field coming out here for the final round of the TRP National Motocross Championships. They've gone all out to get a great circuit prepared. We saw it at the regionals, and it's now down for the national type of things. And this is where things get real, because it's all about championships that are going to be wrapped up. But before we wrap them up, let's catch up with Jim Tarantino from TRP.
Yeah, look, what a great year. It's been a long year. A lot of guys ups and downs. Started out really good, breaking bones or just having bad luck. But it's come down to the final round for a lot of the classes, and I think it's going to be a good day.
First up, it's the 50cc's, and they will introduce themselves. There you go. All 20 riders ready to rock and roll now for the final time. It looks like it's going to be a real tough day in the saddle to try and beat Andrea Maynard. He's got a comfortable lead in this championship and just has to finish the day. That means he's going to have to fight with all 19 other riders on track as they head through Bridgestone Turn and into Prepsol. Turn 1 and 2 already catching 2 riders out. Oh, big problems there. And unfortunately, those two little youngsters getting caught out there. Remember, they are on a brand new version of the short circuit here, which incorporates the main track mostly and a couple of little extras that have been thrown in. So they are going to get caught out by those big ruts that have formed during the practice and qualifying sessions earlier in the day. See them having to just take a little jump over one of those ruts as well. Turns into a completely different scenario when you're in small wheels. And now fighting for the front end. Look out for some big battles. Looks like Aidan Henley's found some great pace. Casey Tilley getting caught out in that first lap incident and unfortunately having to make his way through the back of the field now. Some work to be done there for him. Looks like Jack Pullen moving up into a contention here and all over the back end of Aidan Henley. That's the top 2 as they head down towards the start-finish line. Just behind them, Louis Mostert starting to come through there as well. Looking for the red plate of Andrea Maynard, but remember, he just has to finish. Doesn't have to get any great positions or even a podium, and the championship will be his. So it's all about consolidation of a great season so far. He really hasn't been bettered almost all season long, as you see Blake Frost now coming into the mix as well. Well, Frosty starting to come through and getting up into the top 5. But it's Henley that is controlling things from the front. Pretty much what he did here at the regional, so looking to just do the same thing again. And hopefully stay at the front end. There's our championship leader. You can see him in that mid-pack. Sitting down just outside the top 5 at the moment, but he's just made his way through there on Sven Larsson, so they'll put him up into 7th place. More than enough space, though, for them as they head down into that Prepsol section one more time. Now coming up through the FMF turn. Great job here from our leader. Just controlling things admirably at the front. Mostert's up to 3rd, though. Louis Mostert looking good there in the 3rd spot. In fact, he's going like a Boeing. It's one of the best rides we've seen out of him all season long. So that just bodes well for next season. Remember, if you can't get the final win, you might as well get onto the podium and show you've got what it takes now for the 2019 season and all the planning and preparation that has to happen there. All riders going down. Looks like Casey. Oh, yes, it is. Casey Tilley again. That's got caught out there. Oh, he's had a tough day in the saddle, hasn't he? A couple other riders now having to take evasive action as they came through there, but all of them getting back up and riding again. This section must be pretty daunting. Not too much there for Jack Pullen. Look at how he just hit that step up and got to the top. Everybody else casing it and just getting over the top of it. A much better ride here in the mid-pack, as you can see, also coming out of Riley Viam and Blade Tilley. Keenan Strauss just behind them, and Chase Becker. And the rider down. Oh, that's a pity. Don't want to be doing things like this in the closing stages of the race, particularly at the final round, and it's costly there for Blake Frost. Frost now dropping out of the top 3 and down into 4th or 5th place there, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit of a change up there. You can see moms and dads on the sideline, lots of support. But it doesn't look like there's any answer. Jack Pullen is pushing hard, but it doesn't look like he's going to have an answer here to the pace of Aidan Henley. He's kept it right from the go and taken flag-to-flag victories there. A super ride there from Henley. Jack Pullen comes through for 2nd place. Confirmation of the overall, though. Jack Pullen taking the win in the 2nd heat and giving him the overall victory ahead of Aidan Henley and Louis Mostert. Let's catch up with the 50cc champion, Andrea Maynard.
In the beginning of the year, at Rover, the first heat, my bike, well, it broke, so I came 7th. But I still got 3rd overall there, and then I just had a fantastic year.
You certainly have, young man. Looking forward to what you're going to be doing next year. We now head into a massive crowd on the sideline, getting ready for one of our premier classes. MX2s are almost in the gates.
I love National Motocross.
And MX2s love that kind of support on the sideline as well. A big family affair here. There's no longer a family affair when it comes to the fighting that's going to happen on track. Caleb Tennant coming to this round with the championship lead. Possible champion as well. He's got to just keep it all together. But with a field like this, oh man, we are in for an epic battle once again here at Dirt Broncos. They are all good to go. Looking to close down on the 444. Watch out for those gates to drop. And as that 15-second board becomes 5, it's revs up and gates down. Great start from Vogelslang as he comes out of those gates like a rocket ship heading down. But look around the outside. Oh, the Yamaha. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Tristan Purdon trying to dive on the inside there. Gets caught out by a couple of riders. He tried to use that outside line. It didn't quite work out for him. But it's Goosen who gets the whole shot. Goosen ahead of Reynard. Then Caleb Tennant. Right it down. Is that Matty Milan? It is. Milan's gone down in the mid-pack. He's gone right to the back. That's not going to be any help to his teammate who lies in about 4th place right now as they come through Motul, heading up towards the Thor section. Coming out of that, they head into the Cycro Whoops, and wow, great aerial material here. It's Goosen out front. He's getting away and taking a little bit of advantage of the clean air that he's got right now to try and make a little bit of ground there on Anthony Reynard. Reynard with Caleb Tennant closing him down. And look at how these guys are starting to just get in the mix here in a big way. Heading to the back section of the track now, 21-23, that's how it goes. Goosen out front, Reynard in second. Absolutely brilliant stuff with Caleb Tennant right there as well. Then you got Josh Mlimi right on his tail. Comes the hard-charging Tristan Purdon. He tried to use that outside line. It didn't quite work out for him, but you can see he's not too far off the back and lying in 5th place right now as they come up to the back section. Big jumps at the back there, going through the Just One now as we head into that back track. And of course, right past the mine dump. Big charge coming from the Lights by Linear KTM there of Reynard. Trying to close down there. Of course, on David Goosen. Goosen has to win. Goosen has got to do everything right here this weekend. Otherwise, the championship goes to Tennant. So Caleb Tennant now sitting in 3rd place can see his championship rival being hounded and passed by Reynard. Reynard gets to the front for the first time. Brilliant ride there from Anthony Reynard. He now leads out and gets ahead of David Goosen. Goosen's got to turn the wick up on that Out of Africa Yamaha. Otherwise, the championship will be falling by the wayside and into the clutches of that 444, the Q4 Fuels, Husqvarna, and Caleb Tennant. Coming through there is Ash Thixton. We also saw Market of Freya. Good rides from the two of them just behind. Also starting to come through there pretty rapidly is Cam Deroe. But it's all about the battle at the front end. Now, has there been any changes just behind? No, not yet. Mlimi hangs on, just keeping out Tristan Purdon for now. Behind them, it's Fitzgerald. And look at this back. This is brilliant stuff. Vogelslang going at it there. Oh, and out of shape. That was huge. Ricky Raff just going left, right, and then out the side door. Big crash for him, but he's okay, and hopefully we'll be able to get back up again and go riding. But now with a big mountain to climb. At this stage, though, holding off and fending off the attack from that Yamaha is Mlimi, and he's allowing his teammate to close things down. Another rider going down. Oh, no, can you believe it? The 914 Keegan Hickson Mahoney. I was about to say he's about to come through there to join his teammate, and all of a sudden he goes down. The track is starting to get rutted up. Oh, what a shot. Have a look at that. Tennant right back into the eyes and into those Thor goggles. Man, that was proper. And I think Mlimi enjoyed that one just as much as we did. He's right on the tailpiece now of Tennant. Applying the pressure, and Tennant is just soaking it up. But if he's not careful, Purdon is coming along for the ride. And Purdon at this stage has just set the fastest lap of the race. So he's definitely on a flyer and looking to get to the front. Purdon, of course, won't be involved in anything to do with the championship. All he wants is the final blood of the season. And he's hunting it down big time. Looks like his teammate might be struggling a little bit. Remember, Goosen did have a small injury coming into this round. He was going to try and survive, try and do everything he can to take the MX1 and MX2 championship away from Tennant, but it's not going to be an easy day when you're just nursing an injured knee. Tennant, as you can see that maybe there's a bit of blood in the water there coming out of that Yamaha, and Goosen could be in trouble. Reynard, super ride here from him. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Don't normally see him go this well up on the Highveld, but he certainly found something special here this weekend. So look at this. Oh, here comes Purdon. Purdon and Mlimi side by side. Mlimi goes around the high side. Purdon uses the inside line and cuts across. What a great block pass there from Purdon. A little bit further back here, Hickson Mahoney recovering, closing in on Ash Thixton. This is great riding from these two. And the multiple Zim champion there doing a super job to keep out Hickson Mahoney, who's trying to recover after going down. A little bit closer this time from Tennant. In fact, by the looks of things, I think that was Purdon who's got through. Yes, Purdon has got through. Purdon has got through, and it looks like Goosen has got the hurry up. So Purdon has got to third, and Goosen now closing down on Reynard. So the two Yamahas all over the back of this Lights by Linear KTM. It's out of Africa. Oh, and look at that. You can see Goosen just cannot get the lines he wants. And around his outside, there's his teammate. Oh, that's going to hurt the championship, but I think he's hurting more than the championship right now. He's just not able to run at the front end. And by not being able to run at the front end means Tennant's 4th place might be good enough. How's that for a move? Coming back, trying to cut back, and Reynard goes around the outside this time. He's going to be caught, though. That is Purden's territory right there. And no, it's not. Look at that. This is brilliant stuff. Final round action, but eventually cementing that lead. Or has he? No, he hasn't. Here comes Reynard straight back at him. So it's Purden out front now. Reynard in 2nd and Goosen is 3rd. Goosen is right there as they go past the big castle. 1 lap to go. Can you believe it? Put your money down right now. Who's it on? Are we going to see a KTM take this victory, or is it going to be one of the Yamahas? Or we're going to see Caleb Tennant come through on this final lap. Tennant won't push as hard as what he is, and in fact, there you go. Mlimi dives through on Tennant, but Tennant comes straight back at him. He's going to have to defend off the Red Bull KTM there from TRP. And Josh Mlimi doing a super job. Oh, banging bars. Hello. This is brilliant stuff. Oh, kept the best to last year by the looks of things. Reynard and Goosen. Elbows and bars banging as they came through there. Heading up towards Thor and Sakra. And the TRP man there sitting waiting for a mistake from one of those riders in front of him. Tennant around the outside. Trying to close. Oh, that's a good move there from Tennant. Using that high line to try and get around Mlimi. Mlimi shuts the door. Oh, but there's a little bit of a gap there, and Mlimi, unfortunately, is going to lose out. Yes, he does. Tennant comes through. Purden, absolutely high-flying to the checkered flag. No one's going to catch him. And it looks like it's going to be Reynard in 2nd. Caleb Tennant has just squeezed through to get up to 3rd place. So it's all about the Out of Africa Yamaha, and Purden takes the victory. Coming through in 2nd is Reynard, hanging on, only just. And as I said, Tennant just got through there on the 2nd of the Yamahas to beat Goosen to the line. And in fact, a super run there from Matty Milan. He also came through right at the end to get through. Brilliant stuff, though, and that is the championship done and dusted. Caleb Tennant, your 2018 MX2 champion. An amazing season that sees Tristan Purden take the 2nd last victory of the season, ahead of Reynard, Tennant, and Milan Fitzgerald in 5th place. Welcome back to Dirt Broncos in the final round of the TRP National Motocross Championships. We've got 2 championships in the bag. One is Tennant's, one is Maynard's. And we now move into the Pro Minis and 85cc Juniors. John Mlimi's basically got to finish up in the points to take the championship. Looks like it's going to be a fight of note there in the 85cc Juniors as Luke Grundy is going to fight there with Troy Morale to see who can take that. Remember, Morale riding with a broken leg and just being signed off. Enough time to get onto the track. Out front, and it is all about Mlimi. He's got the whole shot by the looks of things, and he's being hounded by 1, 2, and 1 rider going down. That was a big mistake coming out of that turn, and you can see even the 85C Pro Mini bikes are taking a bit of strain here in the very rutted up circuit. 37, one of the riders going down there, unfortunately with some issues. That was Kieran Conway. Looks like he was just ahead there of Deegan Bloomfield. Troy Morale not really in the front end of this race, but remember, he's got to just keep it all together and hope that Luke Grundy doesn't get better than 4th. Great start here from the mid-pack, though. As you can see, Tyler Tarantino with an amazing start. A lot better ride here coming out of Tyler this round and looking for a top finish. Of course, he's going to be in the 85cc Juniors. In the Pro Minis, though, it's Mlimi, and he's disappearing at the front end. And he's trying to get away there from Nathan Mabry, but it is all about Blake Young and Dylan Kirk, who are starting to hunt him down. 2 boys from Swaziland doing a super job. And they could be potentially looking to just spoil the day here for the victory side of things, not for the championship. Absolutely amazing stuff through the season so far. We've also seen some great rides out of Josh de Hudson there on the 40 bike. And then, of course, coming through there on bike number 20, Hayden Tully. Super effort from him too. But the championship is almost done and dusted. Wes McGavin looking just behind Emmanuel Bucko in terms of how they stand on track. But in terms of the championship, Luke Grundy's up to 4th. Looking further down the field, Troy Morale just inside the top 10 with a little bit of work to do. So Morale has to just keep it all together. There is Grundy. And he's looking good as he comes to try to go around the outside. Mlimi, how far ahead is he? A massive advantage at this point. Super ride there from the 4-4. And as you can see, Blake Young all over the back of him, looking for a chance to close that little gap down. Hayden Tully's moved up, but Dylan Kirk is right there with him. And so is Nate McClellan. McClellan actually took 2 great victories here at the regional. So I'm not quite sure why he isn't quite on the same pace as he was when we came down here for that regional championship. Super run there as well, as we saw from Blake Young. But problems for a couple of the riders getting stuck in the very thick mud there. 55 is Kirk, he's up to 3rd. Great fights in the mid-pack as well. You can see Bucko leads things out here for the 85cc juniors. Right on his tailpiece though, where's McGavin and Tyler Tarantino. A massive recovery coming out of Tyler Tarantino and a much better ride from him than what we saw at the regional. But look how difficult it is for these bikes to get through that very muddy section. Oh man, looks like there's big problems all the way through this field. That was Josh de Hutton who went down. And he's been losing. Look at how much ground he's losing here. They're all getting stuck in there. 777 Cullen Broski also stuck on the Ridgeway bike. Can you believe this? There's just no line through there. Josh Fletcher's found a way through. So has the 121 of Nathan Mabry. Here comes Tarantino. Tarantino all over the back of Kewan Conway, starting to make his way through the pack. Oh, and some problems there for the championship leader. Yes, that's a massive problem. Luke Grundy going past Troy Morale. So now we've got a fight on our hands for 85cc juniors. Pro minis though, no problems whatsoever there for John O'Mlimi. Great ride from Blake Young. He maintains second place. He's basically been untouched there as well. But O'Mlimi is going to wrap it up with his first victory. Another championship in the Mlimi house. They're going to be happy with that one. And high fives all around. Congratulations, Jono. Overall victory going to Emmanuel back on the day for the 85cc juniors. And Blake Young took the overall ahead of Dylan Kirk and your new champion, John O'Mlimi, in the Pro Mini category. Super effort. Let's catch up with him and find out how the season went.
First victory of the day and clinched the 85cc Pro Mini National Championship, and yeah, I'm so happy.
Let's catch up with Troy Morale as well after he wrapped up 85cc juniors.
Had two actually really serious injuries this season, but I can't give up. It's hard work and determination that gets me where I am today. And I'd just like to thank my sponsors, Michelin, Leitz and Grant Foley from Vision Racing, and also my coach Andre Dearden.
Straight into the Elderly Statesman, and MX3s are ready to go. Ian Topless comes into this round with a championship lead, but it's a slight one over Dierwold van den Berg. And whoever takes the victories here today will take the championship. 5-second board changes. Here we go. For the last time in MX3s. 51 in the middle of the screen is Van den Berg. The number one bike on the inside is Topless, and he's got the whole shot with Bircher coming around his outside. Into second, no. He gets the motor down to third place. Great start there from John O'Hubbard as well, but it's all about Topless. He's got that businessman look and feel about him here today. And the business is wrapping up this championship. As they head down towards Motul for the first time. Slightly smaller field than what we expected, but needless to say, the championship battle will be at the front end. And it's all about Van den Berg. He has to get past and beat Topless on both occasions today. Otherwise, Ian takes another South African championship. Further back, you can see them coming through there. That's Dean Henning. Nice to see him out there as well, just fighting with Trevor Hills. Pierre Kutz is out there, so is Mark Ansley. And don't forget Nanda, right at the back there, one of our top lady riders now, who stepped up into MX3s. And she's certainly handling herself in amongst these very seasoned campaigners. Topless getting away, and this is not what Van den Berg wanted. Brett Bircher equidistant there in third place. No answer to the top two. So it looks like it's pretty much plain sailing here for Topless. He's got to just keep it upright and hope for the best over these next couple of laps. Bircher is slightly closing in there on Van den Berg. I wonder if Dierwold van den Berg might have just given up there. It's not what we've seen from him all season long. He certainly doesn't give up. Not when it comes to a championship. But unfortunately, he's going to have to settle for second place in 2018. The checkered flag is about to come out, and it's very close stuff. Further back though, continued action there. Looks like Ainsley going at it with Nanda Swiggers. The flag eventually comes out and the championship is wrapped up. And the first port of call here from Ian Topless. He comes through to take the championship, and a great effort there from him after a superb season. Van den Berg gets gifted the 30 to 39-year-old age group victory. Topless takes 40 to 49s, and Pierre Kutzer takes the 50 plus. Ian Topless with another South African title, and he's going to be very happy with this one. There's no doubt about it. Let's catch up with him.
Another great year, loving it. Been a great competition with Dierwold in the class, and Bircher and Jono. Everyone's riding well. It's been a great, tough, awesome year. Very lekker.
What are you going to do when you grow up?
I might ride bike.
Welcome back to TRP National Motocross action from Dirt Broncos, and we're heading into the final heat of the year of MX2. The newly crowned champion Caleb Tennant and his arch rival David Goosen have decided to step out for this one and concentrate their efforts on the MX1 class, which leaves everybody else in with the running of a final victory of the season. And it looks like the 108 of Fitzgerald wants it badly. He gets the whole shot as a couple of riders go completely off track. Where was Jordan Venter thinking of going? Looks like the 252. Was that Ricky Roth? Again, it was. Roth having an absolute nightmare here today. Reynard gets through on his stablemate there on the KTM. The two KTMs side by side through Motul and now heading down towards Thor. Looks like there's going to be a battle royal between these top two KTM riders. Behind them, Milan sneaking through just ahead of Mlimi. Third of the KTMs and then first of the Yamahas, that's Purdon. Now we've seen Purdon over the last couple of races at this track find some incredible late race pace. Let's see if he can do it again. Right on his tail, looks like it's another super start there from Marco de Freya. And Mlimi dropping back ever so slightly into the hands of Thixton. And looks like he can hit some Mahoney there as well. Johan Vogelslang in that mid-pack. Here he comes. As always, right at the front from the word go. He's normally the man who gets the whole shot. He's incredible out the gates. But this time it was Kieran Fitzgerald that was the man out the gates, and he leads at the moment ahead of Reynard. Starting to make their way through that FMF section though is Matty Milan, and Milan is on a massive flyer here. He wants to make up lost ground. Remember, he crashed out in the first one, had to fight from the back, eventually finished in fourth, just behind his teammate. Vogelslang absolutely side by side with the Freya, both crossing up to opposite ends of the bike as they went past the castle. Great slow-mo shot there, the two of them. But there's no slow-mo here, not on that Husqvarna. It is Milan in full flight, closing down on that Lightspar Linear KTM of Reynard. The Q4 Fuels Husqvarna team have had an incredible season. Can you imagine if they get the last win as well? That's what Milan wants to give them. He had a really tough one at Valcom. Remember, crashing out and snapping that subframe. And now wants to just make up ground here and show he's still got what it takes. Look at the body language on that bike as well as the rider. Everything she's got through that section. And trying to close down on the two leaders. Fitzgerald's still leading at the moment. Reynard in second, but Jakkers Milan. And right behind them, arguably one of the most dangerous men in motocross at this time of the season, Tristan Purdon, looking good on that Yamaha. Further back, Thixton, just behind Hickson Mahoney. As you can see them coming through there, the 338 is Seth van den Nabile. And just ahead of him, looks like Kel Demal. But just behind them, Ricky Roth. Oh, there's the move! Good move there from Matty Milan. Dives through to get through on Reynard. And he's up to second. Now it's just a matter of time before he closes in on that Red Bull KTM of Fitzgerald. Kieran Fitzgerald wants this final victory, but I think the most hungry man out there is that man winning our shot right now, Matty Milan. Milan is caught, and he goes around the outside. What a move from Milan. He looks across at Fitzgerald. Can you believe it? This is not MotoGP, Matty Milan. They only do that when you're on the road. But he clearly had enough time to do it in the dirt. And now I think he might just be showing a clean pair of wheels there to the two KTMs. And here comes the Yamaha Purdon. Purdon's in there. There's three KTMs and the Yamaha. Now fighting for those final championship podium positions. Oh, this is brilliant stuff. Purdon side by side there with Mlimi. They go around the outside. He's got a good line through that section. And now closing in on Reynard as well. So we got three KTMs with a Yamaha. Very dangerous man behind. Oh, man, going down there by looks again. Ricky Roth. Oh, he's had a tough day today. But look at Mlimi. Mlimi's come from a long way back. He's up into third place now. And he's railing on the inside line there to try and find a way through on his teammate. I think Fitzgerald's days are numbered here. Mlimi and Purdon look the most dangerous out of these four. And it looks like Mlimi wants to get up there and possibly spoil the day there for his teammate. Oh, and it looks like they've come together. Mlimi and Fitzgerald. Yellow flags waving frantically. Milan out front, we don't have to worry about him. He wasn't involved. Let's see who else was involved there. Mlimi is still up and riding, but only just. Might have just been a touch there between himself and Fitzgerald. Purdon up to third. I think Reynard had to take evasive action. That's why he's dropped back so far. Fitzgerald's back up, but he's now got nowhere to go. He's going to have to settle for possibly fourth or fifth place. That's if De Freya can't catch him. Absolutely brilliant stuff here in the final round of our national championships of motocross in South Africa. And it's now a battle royal between the Yamaha and the KTM. Purdon versus Mlimi. Oh, and Purdon's on the inside. Oh, and they look across at each other over the big jump. Purdon going on the high side of that berm. Not really much of a berm there. It's kind of off camber. But you can see there are a couple of ruts to play with, and he used the best one to his advantage. Best one on the day, though, for the second heat is Matty Milan for Husqvarna. Purdon comes through for second on the Yummy. And Mlimi, a great ride for third place. Overall victory going to Tristan Purdon, though, on the day, ahead of Matty Milan. Anthony Reynard there, ahead of Mlimi and Fitzgerald.
I won the last national and I came in with nice confidence today. I had a bad practice and I took a risk on the start. I went way on the outside and went on the grass and it helped. Came out, I think, fourth. I just put my head down and got into lead. And then second moto, I had a good dice with my friend Josh and we were going at it and I got into second and got the overall. and I'm just amped. Thanks to everyone who's behind me, Out of Africa, Yamaha, Monster Energy, TRP, Fly, everyone, my mom, my dad's not here, and thank you.
Awesome job from Caleb Tennant on the Husqvarna, wrapping up MX2s for 2018.
Yeah, it's crazy. It hasn't sunk in just yet. I mean, we still got another moto to do to hopefully wrap up the 450 championship. Got to get a top 10 to wrap that one up. So it's a huge relief, and it's this whole year I've worked so hard and done so much to get to this point. So I'm really stoked about getting the MX2 championship, but not going to get too excited until I've got that 450 one too.
Great excitement for the first part, and look forward to next week as we wrap up with the other categories here from Dirt Broncos. This TRP National Motocross action was proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors.